MultimediaJay radio style.
I now follow Streamlabs and StreamHatchet on Twitter, as I should have a long time ago. They post numbers on a regular basis. I want to check out those numbers on a regular basis. I think that definitely is the thing to do. I'm looking over some things here, and it looks like some of my numbers that I wanted to show have been reset, because the Sully Gnome numbers that I'm looking at are not necessarily available via hyperlink, so I have to go back and redisplay all the graphs. So the last thing we need to talk about is the Tour Day feedback loop. You can fire the music back up again. Heck, it can even be the same song. So the big thing that we've been talking about with regards to the way people view YouTube and Twitch and streaming in general, part of the strong marketing on Twitch that has done a number on people trying to grow on the platform, as far as I'm concerned, is that people get the idea they can grind from zero to hero on Twitch. But show me a single creator that has done that. My challenge is still out there. Where is this mythical streamer that went from zero to hero 100% by grinding out on Twitch the way that people think they can? I'm still looking, because I've been keeping a spreadsheet of creator after creator after creator who has not done that. People think they can grind from zero to hero on Twitch, but Twitch's heroes have not done that. It's all part of this spreadsheet right here. Twitchy the Talent Moocher. Tab 2, Streamers and Their Stories. Asmongold, S-Fan, all these names. So my original idea was to go on a giant tour of all these people on here and show everything related to all of this. But then I realized it would get really redundant. Absolutely redundant, because when you've shown, for example, a big example of somebody with a huge Instagram feedback loop, like Alinity, showing Vindalia doing the exact same thing is basically making the same point, but with smaller numbers. Vindalia has a feedback loop between Instagram and Twitch, doesn't hardly have any YouTube presence whatsoever, just like one video, but it's out, but it's there. So there's something evergreen where people can figure out who she is if they stumble across it while browsing YouTube. But at the same time, Alinity's the big one for Instagram. Her Instagrams go back, I think, before she even was streaming. The folks that were big on esports, too, by the way, I'd have to look at Wikipedia articles and stuff. So I decided what I should do is I should stick to the big names and open just the tabs for those big names. So here's Ginny. We'll get to her shortly. We're going to start with Asmongold. Here's Asmongold on Sully Gnome. Lifetime numbers. And by lifetime, Sully Gnome goes back to September 1st, 2015. So lifetime on Sully Gnome anyways. And we see there's been some big examples of stuff. There's been some examples, of course, of some times where he's gained a lot of followers and whatnot, concurrence, because of big things like the launch of WoW Classic, this time where he cracked 6 digits up here at this spike over here. But the other thing that has worked to Asmongold's advantage is all those people making stream highlights videos before he made the Asmongold TV channel. I think you should still be open-minded to other people doing this, because the more stuff that gets fed into the YouTube algorithm, the more it has to work with. And so nowadays, you can't even barely look for anything related to World of Warcraft without running into Asmongold something or another, and the minute you watch a YouTube video that has anything to do with Asmongold, you're flooded with recommendations. So you had all these people that were making these stream highlight videos, and all these people talking about them, and all these people basically, at one point he joked about, all these people are stealing my content, but in reality it turned into a net positive with how much this guy has the algorithm in his back pocket. Now, on the spreadsheet we talked about how Asmongold has a feedback loop with YouTube, so let's demonstrate that. So here's Twitch. He's been a regular content creator since the long time ago. Here's his oldest YouTube video. Hey, do you want to try YouTube TV? Shut up, YouTube. How to solo Alakir, November 5th, 2013. There you go. So he's had YouTube videos since then, and the other thing too is other people have been making YouTube videos about him for a long time as well. That helps the feedback loop. When I talk about the feedback loop, I'm talking about things that individuals do that helps themselves out. Never mind anything that other people might do because they know who they are. So, SFan TV. SFan TV is Night Shift Asmongold. That's how I was introduced to him anyways. He's had his ups and downs. Streaming on Twitch since getting banned off of YouTube for streaming private servers. He's had his spikes with the launch of WoW Classic and everything, but even during his worst times, he's still better than where he was 2 years ago. What does he have for a YouTube channel? This specifically. Some old streams still floating around out there. Some how-to videos, and some stuff that is designed for YouTube specifically. So for example, the Light and How to Swing It Volume 1, Light and How to Swing It Volume 2. Produce stuff. Not necessarily stream highlights. And so this stuff cycles around SFan IRL. That's something completely different. Mr. Hawaiian shirt himself there from 3 years ago. And this stuff all cycled around, but look at what has the views. The objective stuff, the produced stuff. This is the sort of stuff from 3 years ago that could put the guy on the map. Battle Hymns of the Paladin, Light and How to Swing It, Vanilla Ret Paladin, #1 raid DPS. It's not just about having YouTube videos, but about having something take off, because things can go viral on YouTube, and that has ramifications for Twitch, even if the crossover isn't all that exciting. Mizkif. Again, 2018 and stuff, but he has the Mizkif Documentaries channel going back years as well. Who is Tyler 1? 2 years ago. Who is Greek God? Da-da-da-da. YouTube Invasion of Twitch is from 2 years ago. So he had something that can get passed around and get a ton of views on YouTube. He had something that can get passed around with some concentrated coolness and some production value. And it has a nice feedback loop to hear. Dr. Disrespect no longer has a Sully Gnome page because he's on YouTube. But here's his first video 10 years ago and how he built the character over the span of years. But his very first video, from all the people wondering how this Dr. Disrespect guy gets started, 616,000 views. There you go. Trainwrecks TV has regular spikes on his Twitch numbers because of the Scuffed podcast. But we still see a pattern of progression since the adpocalypse. And this is something I've seen with a lot of creators on Twitch. The feedback between YouTube and Twitch as the YouTubers came over to Twitch caused the rising tide to lift all boats. You'll see a lot of people grow. The adpocalypse happened in early 2017, so by late 2017, 2018, you start seeing some of the big names growing as more and more people are bouncing between the platforms and search engines are doing their thing. Trainwrecks has a YouTube channel. Here it is. Where the F are these transmogs? 4 years ago. Squad, Blizzard, blah blah, Journey, Pussy and Salsa. What? Roasting with No Man's the Hype Man. Some videos with views getting passed around. Then he cracks 50 grand with his Twitch rage. Trainwrecks TV. His I Am God Trainwrecks. These rants and stuff he does. Whatever it is. Baby Mitch Jones. Nostalrius. But the most popular? Again, it takes something taking off. The Squad W speech that started it all. 814,000 views 1 year ago. And here we go. Feedback loop. Ginny. Feedback loop again. Plus she did some PewDiePie stuff by becoming known in multiple different countries. Something happened in 2018 that went viral. And then SFan and the introduction to the American audience and the trickle-down effect on all of her friends becoming more popular with the American audience since all of this happened. That sort of thing as well. But she has a YouTube channel. There we go. Sorted oldest to newest goes back about 3 years, and so does 2020, 2019, 2018. So does this. She played PUBG, so she was playing esports games when esports were becoming more of a thing. What really took off, though? Because you're talking videos that all these years later have hundreds of views. What's her most popular YouTube video? Do I really want to know? I rented a guy. Okay, that's from a month ago. So some of the things she's been doing recently are among some of the most popular things she has on YouTube. So here's probably the biggest feedback loop out of the feedback loops. Yeah. So she's getting a boost on YouTube. I hope it's not the VCR effect as a result of Twitch, but there also has been YouTube going the whole time she's been popular on Twitch. I think she has an Instagram as well. She does, right? About business inquiries. Yeah, Instagram, Discord, Twitch, Twitter. So the last thing we got to talk about is Instagram. And probably the biggest example of someone with an Instagram loop is Alinity. Quad digit concurrence. I decided she should be the main example of Instagram. She should be the main example of an Instagram loop where I go to someone's Instagram page and page down until the thing stops moving. And here's the photo. The oldest photo she has on Instagram. A silhouette of her feeding something to her cat. Think of it what you want. It's from April of 2014. So she has all these gorgeous Instagram pictures the whole time she's been streaming. Instagram's an evergreen platform just based on photos instead of videos. There you go. All these people who are big names on Twitch nowadays that didn't grow exclusively on Twitch. There was something else going on, or there's something else that is going on. So I'm going to keep this list going, and we're going to see how many. I'm still looking for that talent. Somewhere out there. Is there somebody somewhere that is 100% ground up from zero on Twitch? Where? Where are they? I'd love to see who they are. And I'd love to dig around and see if that's not the case, as it is just about every single time. I do find it kind of hilarious. We do a new tab, go back to Twitter. I do find it kind of hilarious that now Ashnee's talking about the grind thing. A little late to the party. She followed me on Twitter, and now she's talking about the whole grind thing. Just grind it out is not good advice for building a stream. Working a lot doesn't mean you'll be successful. People really think that just because they have streamed for so many years that they will be successful, when really they should be focusing on their content and what makes them unique and why people want to watch them. Yeah, that's demographics and empathy. I've always hated the term grind for streaming, right? Grind has such a weird connotation attached to it. You gotta hustle and grind it out, bro. No thanks. I'm not gonna work 16-hour days ever again. I think what people should say is work hard and give it your all. Don't burn yourself out. If you're burnt out, you're no good for yourself, and it's not good for yourself if you can't afford to be good for others. Health is the #1 priority. I just sent her a bunch of smileys because this is a pretty big discussion. Even though it was a pretty big discussion a week ago when that argument busted out on Reddit. So, we're going to wrap things up after another break, and we're going to talk about the future of this stream and the future of this Twitch channel. But this has been the Tour Day feedback loop. Folks, I'm still looking for that mythical Twitch streamer that ground from zero to hero on Twitch. Because I, after all this time, looking at all these numbers and everything else, have yet to see them. This is MultimediaJay radio style. Don't touch that dial.
MultimediaJay radio style.